All right, what is going on, chat? JC, what's going on? Just getting some things set up here, and we should be good to go. So welcome, my friend. There we go. Beautiful. All right, what is going on today, chat? We are doing a claim sale number 2, as well as preparing for a show that I have coming up in, what, 5 days? 4 or 5 days? So we got a lot to go through. So I'm going to be kind of doing 2 things at once. So the first thing I'm going to do is kind of go through some inventory that I have both on the online store, as well as some secret stuff that will be coming on the online store once the show is done and I have a chance to add things. However, if there are things that you see that are not on the website, if you subscribe over on the Discord channel, you should have the ability to do a claim, which I'll just basically one of the perks of subbing over there. Then I'll basically just send you an invoice, super easy, super quick. And so right now we got, what else do we got? We have some slabs that we have to still price. I'll be doing that, and then just kind of chilling. So pricing cards, doing a claim sale. One of the things you can probably see if you're watching me on TikTok, which is going to be in the camera area, there is currently a 7% off discount code. So that will only be active during tonight's stream. It will pretty much go away once the stream is done. So if there is something that you see, make sure to check over on the online store, which is galaxygamingtcg.com, to see if it is available for you to purchase. So all you have to do is just purchase it right off of the website. Super easy, super quick. You don't have to kind of do like claim or anything like that. If you want to pay for it, you can pay for it right there. But again, like I said, I'm just going to be basically pricing cards. I have a lot of slabs that I got to go through and not a lot of time to do it. So let me go over some of the cards here. So one of the things too, if there is a card that is on the site that you want a better close at, we have the microscope. So for example, if I take, and we're just going to power this bad boy on so you can see what I can do with it. So if I can find the port, there we go. So basically, what this microscope allows us to do is it allows us to take the card out, and we can kind of see a little bit more in depth on what you might want to see. So for example, if you wanted to just kind of check the centering or the edges or something like that, this microscope would allow us to do that. Did I get the mail today? I have not received the notification quite yet. So it might have either just came in at the last minute before it closed, but I'll have to double check. So yeah, so right now, like I said, I'm just going to go through some of the cards that are available. I'll be going over both the graded and ungraded. Right now, we're actually about to go through some cards that are available. Most of them are available, not all of them, because some of them are mixed with stuff that's online, as well as what am I saying? As well as some stuff that is going to be online in the near future. But Discord subs have a priority over the stuff that is not listed. So if there is something that fancies your eye, yeah, I'll check in with my distribution. I haven't received the notification quite yet, but it might just be delayed by a day. So, all right, so we'll start off with the non-slabs first. So we'll go through the A's. So again, if there's anything you want to look at, anything that is available is going to be on the website specifically. And all these prices are up to date. I just did these probably about a week or so ago. Some of them may have fluctuated, but again, if you use the claim code, it'll kind of offset that cost anyways, so, or give you a better deal. So we got not 1, but 2 Armored Mewtwo's. Got the Articuno EX. Got the Altaria. We got the Alakazam EX. So that's it for the A pile. We're just going to go, I have a nice little alphabetized tray over here. So next up in the B's, we got a nice little fat swirl there by the Blastoise. By the little hand as base set 2. We have another Blastoise EX. That was a pickup from the April show. Got a nice little Bulbasaur. We got a Beedrill. And then on to the C's. Now again, if there's anything that you guys are looking for specifically, just tell me the letter. They're all alphabetized on what I have. So next we're going to get a lot of fiery lizards here. So we got the Charizard base set 2. Rainbow Rare Charizard GX. Got some Charmanders. Got not 1 but 2 Charizard EXs. Got 3 Charmeleons. Got the first Ed Nearmin Clefable. That was a pretty good pickup not too long ago. Charizard EX and Charizard V-Star. Next up, we got the Ds. Now, a lot of these are darks, so we have quite a bit of Team Rocket stuff, both in more, honestly, more graded than raw, which is kind of funny. So we got the Dark Raichu, Dark Hypno, first Ed Dark Gyarados, looking pretty nice. Got a nice Dark Dragonite there. The other Hypnos. Got Dragonair, 2 Dittos near mint, the infamous Dusclops, and the Dusknoir. Next up, we got the E's. So for the E's, got a lot of Espeons in this one. So we got not 1, but 2 Sleepy Espeons. Got the Erica's Venusaur, Eevee. This one should be light play. The Empoleon V, probably one of the first kind of IRs. Started in Sword and Shield there. Nice little swirl on that Erica's Venusaur. I think this one is heavy play, though. And then we got a nice little booty swirl on that Japanese Espeon. Always pretty cool. Next up, we got the Fs. So we got the bunch of Flareons. Flareon Vs and the Flareon VMAXs. And let's go on to the Gs. A lot of Glaceons in this one. A lot of Glaceons. Put that up there just for a second. So let's see. So I think we got at least like 5 of them. So we got the Greens Exploration. We got the Gardenia. And here comes the Glaceon. So we got Glaceon VMAX, Glaceon GX. A lot of these are kind of going up in price. Glaceon V-Star. Got 2 of those. Giovanni's Machamp. Gyarados GX Rainbow Rare. Looking pretty nice. And then the Glaceon EX. I'm really a fan of these EXs. The ones with like the more defined borders, in my opinion. Garchomp EX, Gardevoir EX, and the Gyarados EX, another one of those from XY. So pretty cool there. And only have 1 H, which is the Here Comes Team Rocket. Oh, let's see. Let's take a look here for just a second. Seems like I got like blocked or something. Which I'm not too sure why. Let's see. Let's take a gander. Let's take a gander on why I may have gotten blocked here. I think I should be good. And so next up, bunch of Ionos. Got Ionos, Ivysaurs, Iron Bundles. Next up in the J's, we got Jirachi. I think we got not one, but I think we got two of these. Two of the Jesse and James. That's pretty nice. Some Jolteon Vs, Jolteon VMAXs, Jolteon, and Jasmine's Gaze. And if anyone's in TikTok, let me know, because I think I may have gotten blocked. Not too sure. So we'll see. We'll see if I am or not. Let's see. So far, it should be good. Good still? Okay, perfect. Yeah, I had a random notification saying that I was some AI blocking tool or something. I'm not really too sure, but all right. Next up, we got the only K in the bunch, the Koraidon Pokemon Center, and then on to the L's. We got the top half of the Lugia Legend. Got the Leafeon, the Leafeon V-Star, probably my favorite one for sure out of the evolutions of the Crown Zenith. Lacey, Reverse Ladian, and the Alicia's Appeal. Next up is the M's. The M's are always the big boy stack. So we got the Milotic EX, the Magikarp that everyone's trying to chase after. We got two Bubble Mews. Got the Mewtwo V-Star, Mega Gardevoir, Morty's Conviction, Mew V, Mewtwo GX, Marill, two Mimikyu V Maxes, two Mimikyu Vs, Mega, Marnie, Super Off Center, and we also got the two Miriams. A lot of people thought this card in the beginning was going to be crazy, crazy high, but ended up not being so much. And we have only one Lonely N, which is the Nita. Because all the other ones are like Nidokings and Nidoqueens, and they just didn't make the cut. And then for O, we just have the Origin form. We got two Palkia Gold Stars and a Palkia Dialga. Or Origin form Dialga, not a Palkia Dialga. This isn't Yu-Gi-Oh! Where you fuse them together. Next up, we got a lot of Pikachus. So we got Pikachu there. Got a nice little Piplup there. Persian looking out the window. Pikachu promo. Two Reds Pikachus from Cosmic. And another promo from Sword and Shield. The Pikachu there. Next up, the R's. We got the Raikou, the Raichu, the Rotom, Ralts, Rockets, Moltres, and the Reverse Rhydon. And for the S's, nice little thick stack of S's here. So we got the Swampert, the Sylveon, two Squirtles. Got the upper half again, more legend stuff, the Suicune and Entei. Snorlax, Slowpoke and Psyduck, Shining Lugia, Screamtail, Pokemon Center promo, the Shining Rayquaza, Sabrina's Alakazam looking good, two Suicune Vs, the Snorlax, the Firework, Reverse Seadra, looking good, looking fresh, the Skeledirge EX, the Slowpoke, another Slowpoke, the Silvally GX, and another Snorlax. Big chillin'. And next up, we have the one Tate and Lisa, and we have not one, but two, but three Tyranitar Vs. The sleepy boy himself. What's up, Civic? I'm currently going through some cards, getting ready for this weekend's show, so I'm kind of doing a quick little claim here. So now I'm going to the U's, and you can probably tell that we have a little bit of some Umbreons in the house. So we got the two Umbreon GXs here, the two Umbreon GXs there, a VMAX Gold Star from Celebrations, and the Umbreon V from Brilliant Stars. And, of course, the Underground Expedition looking pretty good, too. And then on to the Vs. We got a bunch. So we got Vaporeons, Vileplumes, Victory Bells, whatever you're looking for. Got 2 Vileplumes. First Ed, both near mint. Vaporeon VMAX, looking good, looking fresh. Got a little Venusaur action from base set. Howdy, howdy, howdy. And we got the Vaporeon V. The Vaporeon. How's the Rainbow GX cheaper than the regular? I'm telling you, man. People just don't like... There are just people who don't like the... that don't like the rainbows, man. And for the W's, we got the Walking Wake and the Wartortle. And finally, the Lonely Z, the Zapdos EX. But yeah, man. What else? What else? Oh, I guess we can kind of show off some graded stuff. So this stuff, we actually have to say goodbye to probably one of my favorites. One of my favorite graded cards I think I've ever owned. It's been through the ringer. It's been through the cleaning stream. It's been through a few shows so far, but it has finally sold as of today. So the final sale, we'll have to say goodbye, is the Umbreon PSA 9 from Expedition, or from Skyridge rather, not Expedition. So this bad boy has been sold as of today. So probably one of my favorite Umbreon artworks of all time. But sad to see it go, but happy to see it leave, as they say in the hobby. So that one's going to be going out today. So super excited. Hopefully they enjoy that one, because we definitely saw a lot of that on stream chat. Definitely saw a lot of that. That's what I'm saying, Betty. When I saw that notification at work, I was like, okay. I was not expecting. First, I thought I was getting like scammed or something. But yeah, I'll show you guys what is going to be at this weekend show for graded stuff. Now, most of this stuff I doubt will actually see some movement, but think of it as like showing off my collection. I don't really show you guys often with the graded stuff. So we have the PSA 10 Mew EX. You guys saw me unbox this in a PSA reveal. PSA 10 Dark Gyarados with a oh so sweet swirl in that bottom right hand corner. Got the Dragonite V from Evolving Skies as a PSA 10. Got the Dark Charizard. This one's going to be cool to show off. The Dark Charizard, first ed, PSA 9. The first ed Vaporeon, PSA 9. Dark Machamp, PSA 10, first ed. That one was a pretty big hit. The Licia, PSA 10. And then the first ed Dark Dragonite, PSA 8. So that one was pretty cool. Pretty cool if I do say so myself, chat. Again, if you guys want to see anything ungraded as well, I just got done showing off because TikTok decided to put a hold on my account for, I don't know why, but I think the suspension lifted, I hope. We got the first ed Dark Raichu there. Nice little shining Steelix. PSA 9 there. Always like the look of the Steelix. It looks very, very ominous. The PSA 8 Espeon. Looking good, looking sweet. PSA 8 Dark Blastoise. Nice little swirl by the cannon there. We got the PSA 10 Umbreon GX. A lot of these are seeing some pretty positive movement. A lot of the mid-era stuff, I posted it on the Discord. So it was the Umbreons obviously are kind of seeing a pretty big spike right now in popularity. Even more so. Got the Poliwrath PSA 9 from Skyridge. Looking good, looking fresh. PSA 9 Pidgeot. And then the PSA 9 Magneton from Skyridge. And then some more cool stuff in the back. So this is what's kind of back here. I just kind of picked some cards at random. And then once I'm done looking and once I'm done kind of, if anyone wants to see any cards again, I have everything from A through Z ungraded. So if there is anything that you guys are looking for or just wanted to see. You find a Japanese parent SAR? I did not. I was looking, man. I'm always looking for you guys. Again, if, I don't know, some of you might have access to the radar channel. I know Betty and Civic do. But just double check to see if you have access to the radar channel. Because anytime I go to a show, you just post what you're looking for in there. And I will make it I'll make a note to try to look for it out in the wild. This card is crazy how much more movement this card. I think personally this is probably one of my favorite kind of art promos. Like this is to me, this is so much better than the Pikachu with felt hat. Like this card I feel like is super good pickup with the beauty looking back. My boy, the Jolteon, the bad CGI, always looking good, always looking fresh. The Arcanine, Skyridge, got that PSA 10 action. The First Ed, PSA 8 Jolteon. The PSA 9 Rosa, another First Ed, PSA 8 Dark Dragonite. Again, I got a lot of these Team Rocket stuff graded. First Ed, Alakazam, PSA 9. And then the Rainbow Latios GX. Looking good, looking fresh as the PSA 10. And then I picked this one actually up in November at the show that I'm going to be going into very soon. The amount of people I have looking for the Japanese one, they keep finding the English one. Well, tell them, including myself, to try harder, man. We got to try harder. Got the PSA 9 Raichu EX, Espeon EX, PSA 10, and then the First Ed Near Mint Snorlax. So we'll put some of those bad boys back up there. Why not? So yeah, so now I'm pretty much just chilling. Again, if anyone wants to look at any cards, definitely let me know. I'm right there with you. The Espeons, like I just love, like I just was talking about the EXs, like that gold border, like it just looks so good. I love that look. Like the Espeon GX and this one. Like, look how cool that looks. See, this is what's really going to happen, is it's just going to be me showing off cool cards. Yeah, Phoenix. I got the monitor in the background. I got some of these, like, cool little stands. What else do I got? Just, yeah, just trying to improve the backdrop a little bit, so it's not just, like, staring at my wall. Appreciate it. It's always hard, though. Like, I think the biggest thing that I have an issue with is lighting with cards. Because it's like, anywhere you shine light on this stuff, it'll just glare like crazy. But yeah, I appreciate it. All right. So now we get to see some more cards that I have to start pricing. So we're just going to, I guess, make a little bit of a line here. We'll do the Dark Doug Trio. We'll just have him just kind of chilling there. Let's see. Dark Doug Trio. Let's see how much this bad boy is. And one thing I do use, I don't know if you guys have ever heard of it, is Alt, is what I use. So I end up using Alt for, let's see. Sorry, Derek, I'm not really, I have YouTube and Twitch up. Of course, the one platform you're talking to me on is on YouTube. Let me catch up if you're still here. Is this a big show or a local? I would say it's a relatively big show for the area. I want to do my first vendor show, but don't know what to bring. Don't want to bring high-end, but scared low-end won't sell. What do you suggest for local? I would say anything. I would probably bring how much you can. I would say for a local show, I would say at most, like if you had to cap yourself, probably bring nothing more than like 300. But I'll say, like, I have $1, $2, $3 binders that are probably some of my best sellers when it comes down to it. Will we be doing the cleaning conditioning of the cards I sent to stream on stream? Yes. Yep. Yeah, similar. I don't know if you saw the other cleaning stream I did on Monday. Yours will basically get the same treatment. So once I get them, I scan the cards. I'll send you basically a scan of how I received them so that you can kind of write off and say, yep, that was the card I submitted, so you can see that I didn't do like a switcheroo on you. And then once you say, yep, those are it, you're good to go. I clean them. And then I basically send you a picture of how it got done. And then that's pretty much it. I finally got my humidor to temperature. It was causing me a lot of issues because it was like so dry in my area that my humidor kept falling out of the range that I like to clean cards in. So that wasn't. I think the mystery package comes in today. Ooh, that's exciting. You'll have to. I'm telling you, you'll have to let me know how that goes. I'm excited for you to open it. Okay, so the other thing I like to do, if you guys are new here, so I like to, and of course I just cleared all that out. I need a calculator. Let's see. Give me 1 second. I need to find a calculator. I'm back, chat. I'm back. Here I come. There you go, Phoenix. Well, I can finally read your stuff. All right. I injured myself at work today, though, so I'm bedridden at the moment. Betty, come on, dude. Hopefully, joking aside, I hope you're doing good. Because that's work injuries suck. But hopefully, if you can, get some workman's comp out of it. And that's not even a joke. If you hurt yourself at work, you are entitled to compensation. The Chungus is among us. Holy. Alright, so how I do my prices, chat, is I add all of... So I do the last 3 to 5 sales, so I average those together. So the sales for this Dark Dugtrio PSA 8, we got 56, 48, 45. So the average is around 50. So then I average the last sale by the average. And so this would be 53. So, let's see. Hurts to walk, but need rest. Should be okay. Well, that's good. Well, man, that sucks. That's not good. But work injuries are annoying, especially if you can't walk. That's because, like, that just sucks. You literally can't walk anywhere. All right, so that was a Dark Dugtrio. Where are you? Dark Dugtrio, graded. Why can't I find you? That's not... Do I not have you in here? Alright, apparently I don't have you in there. So we are going to do this, I guess. Where's my book? Man, I am falling apart, chat. Where's all my stuff? Because I've been getting ready for the show, and like I just have stuff literally all over the place. I cannot find anything. I'm over here. Everyone's over to Twitch. Wrong hap. BRB, brother. So we'll just do it this way, because none of these cards are actually in my inventory system. So we're just going to, I guess, write out. So this would be 53. So I bet this. I'd probably price this at 55 on my end. So this is, let's see. So this is 03317 is 53. That's going to be a pain. So 53 for this bad boy. For the PSA 8 Dark Doug. Let's see. Welcome to Twitch chat. The homies hanging out in Twitch. All right, next up, let's see. Let's look at the Dark Golbat. Dark Golbat, first ed PSA 9. Let's take a look. But yeah, I'm not really expecting a whole lot of I've sent my cards into PSA. I'm taking a break till they get back and the Team Rocket set levels out in price. Yeah, it's a lot of there's definitely been a lot of movement for sure. Like this, like for example, this first ed Dark Golbat. We got alt sales around like 125, 173, 103, 139, 150. So average, so again, I like to average the last 3 to 5 sales together, so this one I'd probably do 5. So 125 plus 173 plus 103 plus 139 plus 150. So roughly the average is 138. Noah, what's going on? Let's see. So that is 0.319. So the average was 138. And then last sale was 125. So plus 125. So I'd probably list this around 135 would be my guess. So not too bad. Kanto, what's going on? Right now, I am doing a bunch of stuff. I am currently pricing out some graded inventory. So we just got done pricing this Dark Golbat. So I'm preparing for a show coming up this week. So we got the Dark Golbat, and this one is priced out at around 135. So that'll be pretty cool. And then I also have a bunch of cards on the side of me. I'm also doing a claim sale at the same time. So if anyone wants me to go through my graded and ungraded stuff that is currently active in the claim sale for online, let me know. And there's also some stuff in there that is not on the site but can be accessed if you are a Discord subscriber that hasn't been listed on the website quite yet. So if anyone wants to see any of the ungraded stuff, let me know, because we are doing a claim sale at the same time. Let's see. So let's see this one. I haven't repriced this one in a minute. This is the PSA 8 Gold Zard. So for context, when PSA stopped grading the gold metal cards, it was because I don't know if it was the slabs that were getting damaged or if it was the card, but they stopped it for a little bit. But then there was an instance where they allowed what am I trying to say? When they allowed the grading to happen again. So now we're going to see. I haven't repriced this in a minute. So we're going to see. So the PSA 8 Gold Zard. Kanto is one of the usual vendors I go to. Ooh, that's sick. Kanto, what's up, man? Look at us. The hobbyists coming together. What's going on, my man? Yeah, right now I'm just kind of doing some work that I need to do for this weekend show. So I got to price all these cards. And so most of the... Let's see. This card's kind of all over the place. So Pop 2800, huh? There's only 533 apparently as PSA 10s. So right now I'm just kind of updating some prices, kind of chilling with you guys. And then again, if anyone wants to see any of the raw ungraded stuff or even some of the graded stuff that's on my website, that is for sale with a 7% discount during tonight's stream only. Definitely let me know. I can show you guys what's what. Kanto, I'm just chilling, man. Just talking about some Pokemon cards, getting ready for a show. Always super excited. I don't know if you guys saw my last video of the Weirdo Clown that was at my last show. I'll be waiting for your message. Sounds good, Eric. Yeah, I'll check after stream because they may have sent me a notification, or it might just be sitting there and they haven't notified me yet. Gotta keep a tab open on Twitch for you. I appreciate that, Betty. Thank you. He does try to put me to work at his table from time to time. Phoenix, you gotta fight for your rights, man. You have to at least ask for like a pack, 1 pack an hour, and it can't be one of the Halloween ones either. I'll fight for you too. I'll help you out. All right, so average is 122. Last sold is 145. So I also, another thing I like to do too is I like to combine both best offers and auctions, because most of the people that look at prices will often just bundle that stuff in together anyway. So I like to kind of just average them all. That's why I like to average at least 5. So this bad boy, this Zard, I would probably sticker this at around 135 because the average is 122, last sold 145. So probably sit this at around like 135. But at a show, another thing that a lot of people, and it's really interesting. I don't know if you guys are in an area where you have to process sales tax, but I feel like a lot of vendors do not claim their taxes. Now, I'm not saying they all do. I'm just saying based off of, it's really interesting, like watching like vendor POVs or such. I think one of the things that really isn't talked about is kind of like the fees really associated with in-person shows. So I'm from a state that requires sales tax, and so I claim everything from cash, and I do, because I have a sole proprietor or DBA that I can process credit cards. So I think that's really interesting. Which show are you doing? So I'm in the New York area, and I am doing probably one of the more fun shows that I like to do because it's really low stress. It's more of a vacation for me, to be honest. It's in central New York. It's called Saratoga Comic-Con is the one that I'm doing. Got to get affiliate. I'm trying, Betty. We're out here hanging out, looking at some cool cards. Like this First Ed Dark Weezing, and one of the cards that is like notoriously bad for knowing if it's a holo or not, because it's dark as the night, and you can like barely see if it's actually holo or not, which I always find very, very funny. But anyway. So this one is 0335. So 0335. And of course I forgot my laptop. I got to do this a little bit scuffed. Not really for you guys, but for me. Because what I would normally be doing, I have a spreadsheet that I keep all my inventory in. And when I put these prices in, so like the average and the last sold, it generates the numbers for me, so then I can just kind of sticker them as I go. But first, I really don't want you guys hearing I can't really say what this actually is called because TikTok will probably block me or whatever, but a pricing tool, I guess, is the easiest way. You don't want to hear me clicking the entire time, so I'm just preparing what that's for. So right now, Alt has this all over the place. So that's why sometimes I don't really use the Alt value. I think sometimes it is nice. It's a nice tool to have, but sometimes it is pretty inaccurate. So like for example, the Alt price for this is 78, but if I average the last 5 sales, so we have 110 of the Dark Weezing, not the Charizard. Yeah, Kanto, you can just live. I'll do half of your job if you have any of this stuff graded. I'll just tell you what I'm pricing it at, or you can undercut me or do whatever. So we got 110, and then 98, and then 90, 90 again, and then 95. So this is all from now until the 15th. So these are pretty recent sales. So around 97 was the average. So 97 is the average, and then 110. I feel like the Dark Wheezing, like I said before, you could practically, like, before you couldn't even give these away. And now people, all of a sudden, with Destined Rivals coming out, people are all over them. So this would be roughly 105, that Dark Wheezing. Yeah, that's a really good that's a good cadence to be in for sure. Kanto to price on Fridays. I got to that's one thing I'm probably going to be starting to do more on Mondays, is just go through and price stuff. Just makes it a lot easier, especially with the ebbs and flows of the market. But it is crazy to keep up with it all. All right, next up we have the Espeon GX Rainbow. And again, if anyone wants me to run through any of the cards that are up for claim, just let me know. Otherwise, I'm just going to keep pricing and chilling with chat. But I have a ton of ungraded stuff. In addition, if there's anything that you want me to see or want to see under the microscope, that's one of the cool benefits of this stream specifically. And I can certainly do that for you. Everything with Rocket or Dark, the Megas as well. Yeah, for sure. I see a lot of people also looking at the what's it called? The standard EXs. I think I have one, like these ones. Like these style of EXs. I see a lot of these starting to get picked up by a lot of folks. So those ones I'm personally keeping my eye out for. What else? I posted in the Discord. There's some other cards to kind of not give away all my secrets, but one of the cards that I'm going to be looking for actively during this show is probably picking up more of... Let me see if I have one right here. So try to pick up more of these Umbreon Gold Stars from Celebrations. So that one I'm probably going to be actively looking for at the show. You have the Pidgeot no symbol? I still do. I still do. It's somewhere in this pile. I have a whole pile of slabs to the left of me that I'm having to go through. All right, so Espeon GX. Let's put you in the spotlight. See how much you are. Let's see if my prices are still accurate. So let's see. So that was... So last sale was on the 15th at 70. So 70, 50, 50, 72, and 70. So average. So from the 15th through the 25th of March, we're around 62. 62 berries is how the cool kids say it. So 70. So last sale on this one was 70. So 70 plus 6. It's so silly, like all the weird little things you got to do so you don't get blocked or whatever. The berries and whatnot. What else? So we have. Oh, here we go. Got some no symbol stuff. Any of you guys? I know. Apple over on Twitch is talking about some no symbol, but definitely got a little bit of a no symbol vein here, which is pretty cool. Actually, kind of pretty close to having the whole set. Funny enough, as no symbol, but that'd been pretty cool to have all of them. Alright, so Pinsir, no symbol. So we are 0297. So what about you guys? Is there anything that you're specifically on the hunt for? I mean, I guess it's like a selfish way of seeing if I have it. And just seeing, what people's collection goals are. I know a lot of people are trying to pivot to other to other collecting goals with how crazy some of the modern stuff is. So a lot of people, I think, are trying to go back to sets that may not have been as crazy, which I am personally a fan of. Like, it's cool to see people going back to, like, Team Rocket or Gym Hero, Gym Challenge, or just generic mid-era stuff. I already said what I was going to look for. There you go. Yeah, I think for me, one of the things that I kind of always look for, regardless on condition, I'm a big kind of like Pokemon history nerd, so I love any of the banned stuff. I have some, like I have the Grimer, I have the Sabrina, I have, what else? The Koga, the Jinx. So stuff like that I think is really interesting to me from like a historical perspective. It's just cool, like a cool talking piece, I guess. So this one, the no symbols, I mean, yet granted it's like a PSA 8, but this is another thing, like for PSA 8s, like if you're kind of shopping on a budget, even if you're trying to just like crack this open to like get a raw copy, PSA 8s are like a nice little golden pocket in my opinion, because they're really inexpensive for a slab perspective, but it is still like a good near mint card. Because I used to be like, okay, I'm just gonna buy 7s and crack them and whatever, to try to sell them as near mint, but I've had so many. We're actually gonna do this again, because this one really ground my gears, so to speak. It was the Dusclops EX. It was this one right here. I could have not gotten the Misty. I could have gotten the Misty at one of the last shows I went to. That's cool. I'm stopping my card collecting for a while besides the SPC next month. I mean, it's fair. Like, the market is just so crazy right now. I mean, that's pretty much what I've been doing. So this Dusclops was a PSA 7. However, I don't know what the grader was smoking or drinking or both, but this one I'll have to try to do an attempt at like a repair or something. Where is it? There's like a big... I gotta find it again. There's like a big dent down the back or the middle, or I can't remember. Because it like irked me so much. Okay, here it is. Yeah, it's right here. I doubt you guys can see it, but it's like right near the Poke Body. Because I don't even know if it'll come up when I do the microscope. But there's basically like a big dent going across the front there and on the back. You're not. I don't know, Betty. Do you have the ability to mod by chance? If you do, you mind modding up my man UA Lost Kids for me? Por favor. But yeah, that one made me never try that strategy again, seeing that. And we also have, I have to do, only I do. Dang. Hold on. Let's figure this out together. Why can't I be a lazy streamer, chat? Why can't I just have my mods do everything for me? Huh? Come on now. I can't just be a lazy streamer? Let's see. Mods. Let's see. That's what I'm saying, man. That's what I'm saying, brother. There you go, brother. It is done. Use it wisely, my son. You'll go to the Shadow Realm. I will send you there. I don't care. Let's do... I'm just gonna close this out. I have my driver's test next Friday. I have to start saving up for a car. Sorry, I didn't mean to scream at everyone, but that's exciting. That's always an exciting time, man. Getting your fresh whip. You get to drive to all the card shows. Is there a car that you're kind of eyeing, or just like whatever is affordable, which is completely fair? Another no symbol. Let's see. D, what's going on? Again, if anyone wants to see any of the I am also doing a claim sale. A lot of my cards that I have up for grabs are also on my website that I have here in the booth. So if anyone wants me to show those off, definitely let me know, because otherwise I have a show this Saturday, guys. Saturday and Sunday. I actually have to go down on Friday to set up. So I got a lot of work to do, so that's why I'm kind of just like chilling. 10 years overdue on getting my license. Whatever's the cheapest on gas. You know what? That's fair. That dinosaur mud does get expensive. That Kangaskong mud. It definitely do get expensive. Did you see that I dropped the clown video? If you guys haven't seen it, I highly recommend you go watch that, because I genuinely could not believe that that clown said that. It was beyond heinous. But I also had the full on my YouTube too. But all right, so the Kangaskong average 45 berries, and the last best offer for 50. So I'm seeing a trend here. Most of these are kind of within that 45 to 50 range from what I've seen. Let's see, or an EV. EV would be good. I see some people rocking the EVs, especially where you are. I feel like that's really not that big of an issue. Yeah, the clip I sound boosted, because it's annoying, because where I'm at, I guess, is a kind of a side tangent. Let me scan this and I'll put the Clefable. So a side tangent is we were right next to a tattoo booth, and so if I turned it up too high, all you would hear is just the tattoo gun in the background. And it's just, or if I turned it up, you heard the guy playing his little musical instrument. So from an audio perspective, I was probably in the absolute worst spot you could possibly be in. It is what it is. Like, I'm not complaining, but from a content creation perspective, it was not in a good spot. However, I am going to be introducing a new video technique that I think is going to be really cool that I haven't seen a lot of people do yet. And what that is I'll actually show you guys, because I'm excited to do it. I just have to kind of work the kinks out ahead of time, like, meaning I just need to know how to use it. That's what I'm saying. But one of the things that I'm going to be doing this time around is I notice myself like doing a lot of trades, but it's hard for me to really show you guys what I'm actually looking at. And I really liked, and Betty made a good point about it, I really like the fact that I get to do kind of like what's going on in my head kind of commentary, like with the little blurbs in the bottom. So I thought it would be really cool to also have one of these. So this is like an Insta360 camera. But this one, what's cool is that I'm actually going to put it on my chest, so you guys can kind of see like a POV of what I'm actually looking at. Like what I'm actually looking at for like a potential trade-in, which I thought would be really cool. So it's more editing, which I'm so lightning fast at it now. But I don't really see a lot of people doing that, and I think that'd be kind of cool to at least attempt. To see, so you guys can actually see what I'm seeing, which would be really cool. Because there is some stuff that I'm looking at that I kind of pass over. And there might be an instance where, oh wow, I just passed over like a really good card, and chat can flame me for it. So what better way to get content on and views on the internet by having strangers telling me that I messed up. Because surely the internet doesn't do that. Let's see, 48. So the average of the Clefable is 48. Yeah, a lot of these no symbols are kind of like hovering within that range. That's what I'm saying, Phoenix. I think that'd be really cool. So like, I'll not only will I have like the side view POV, but you'll actually see like from my actual POV, like looking through collections. I thought would be really cool. And then this is 65. So the last sale was best offer April 2nd at 65. Interesting. So that's why I like to do the average of these. So 65 is a little bit high because the average was 48. So I like to average both together. So 48 plus 65 equals, and then divided by 2. So this one will probably be around like 56 to 60. So the last sale was 65 back in April 2nd. And then the last sale from that was back in February. So not a lot of sales data as of recent. So that one would probably be, you know, list it within the average and then probably talk that down a little bit if someone wanted to. But that's kind of the thing that you kind of see here when we're looking at these. But the no symbols are all ranging between, you know, 60, looks like 60 to 45, like 60 on the high end, 45 on the low end for the PSA 8s. So, but unfortunately, I don't have any that were like the big ones. I think I have a Snorlax as a no symbol, I think, in the pile. I can't remember though. I don't know if it's graded or ungraded. I want to say it's graded, but let's take a look. But yeah, Betty, I think the electric vehicles would be pretty good, especially where you are. Like I feel like a lot of places are adapted for EVs. So that wouldn't be too bad. All right, so best offer. So this one's like right on the money. So this one's like 55. So 55, 50 plus 56. So 161. So that's 54. So 0, 2, 9, 3. So average on that was 54. And last sale was 56. So, and my favorite, probably my, out of the jungle, probably one. Oh, I do have a no symbol Snorlax. Kind of getting a little ahead of myself, but there is one in there. After the Scyther, I'll go through again some of the cards that I have up for claim. So just give me 1 second here. Again, hopefully you guys are having a good Monday. I'm big chillin'. Super stoked to go to my show this weekend. Probably my favorite show of the year. It happens twice a year in Saratoga Springs, New York. So that's where I'll be Saturday and Sunday. And so, let's see, Jungle Scyther. So this one is... Okay, so here is an example on when I see a pretty significant outlier. It's nice to look. So when let's see if I can show this on stream. So I just scanned this Scyther. You see here. And so on the top line, so it sold April 27th at 75, but then there's a buy it now April 13th at 144. So something like that tends to be a little sketchy to me. So I'm just going to select that buy it now and see why that price is so high. Okay, so the price is high because Alt is not doing the conversion. I don't even know what GBP. I have absolutely no idea what that is. So I don't think that's doing the conversion correctly. So that one I'm going to omit for sure, because the rest of them are like, let's see, so 75, omit that one. So the next one is 80. That makes more sense. 56, 46, and 50. So that makes way more sense because I think that other one just wasn't converting correctly. So always, that's kind of a good example of trust but verify, right? Like trust that most of the data is correct, but definitely double check for sure because you don't want to be grossly overpricing your stuff. So So 61 on that and 75. So the Scyther, probably my favorite jungle card outside of the Jolteon. So Scyther would be priced around, so 61 was the average, and then the last sold was 75. So that divide those to get the average, so that'd be roughly 68 or 70 most likely. Because Galaxia has to pay his taxes, chat. Just because I take cash doesn't mean I am exempt from paying taxes, chat. Because the last person I want to really make angry is the IRS. I can tell you that. So I feel like if they ever went to a trade show, they would go absolutely insane at a place that you are required to collect sales tax. Okay, so this one is going to be a little, so this one's probably going to be on that higher end. So right now our average has been anywhere between 65 to 45 for all the no symbol stuff, but the Snorlax is definitely going to be the outlier. Snorlax being one of the main chases in jungle. So let's take a look. So view all. So last sale as of April 27th was 153. So 153, and then 130, 125, 90. Someone got a good deal there. And then 92. So divide that by 5. So the average is 118. Even Joker doesn't matter. I'm telling you, Phoenix. I just don't know how. I mean, I don't know. I just don't know how people kind of get around it. I know that it's how they're getting around it isn't the most legal, but it's just, I don't know. You guys know me. I don't even put card wax on my cards, let alone dodge the IRS. You know what I mean? I feel like that's how you know who's dodging taxes. If you guys see someone using card wax, those are the people that are dodging the IRS. So those are the people right there. I'm obviously kidding, but not at the same time. All right, let's look at some claim cards. Again, if you guys want to purchase any of the cards that I'm about to show, there is a 7% discount code going on from now until the end of stream. And so some of these that you're about to see are actually not on the site. And some of you might be saying, Galaxia, why are you showing cards that are not on the site? Well, if you are a Discord subscriber in the pilot or general tier, you have first dibs, meaning more of like the claim classic sense. So if you see a card that's not on the website, if you kind of want it before it does go on the website, just message me in the radar channel, and I will send you an invoice that you will have to pay within 24 hours. And we're just going to kind of go through these. So we're going to kind of show off the collection here, I guess is the best way I can explain it. So yeah, so starting off with the A's, we got a lot of really cool stuff. Got the Altaria EX, really cool. I've said this once and I'll say it probably 15 more times. You still have that Blastoise I think I need? Pff, boy, do I. And 7% off. So we got the Articuno EX. I always like the Shatter Foil. It's always nice. Let me just do this so it's not complete glare. So we got not one, but two Armored Mewtwo's. And the Alakazam EX. And then next up, we got the Bees. The Beedrill. Looking nice, looking clean. Got some Bulbasaur action. Look at this collection. The Blastoise EX. I think that's the one you're talking about. Nice little underwater Blastoise. Or the big boy Blastoise with the big boy swirl. And that little arm. Again, I am a sucker for swirls, chat. And boy howdy, I wonder what's coming up in the seas. I think we have one outlier from the Charizard line. So we have the First Ed Clefable. First Ed Clefable. But other than that, we have Charizards absolutely for days. The Charizard V-Star. The Charizard EX. The Charmeleon. Not one, not two, but three. We got the Charizard EX. Two of those. The Charmander. The Charizard GX. Nice looking card there. Another base set 2 Zard. And then the Charizard EX. This bad boy, if you held off on not buying that in like the crazy market that we're in, that was a really good call. Because this card was up at like 280 about a month ago and dropped to like 215. So it was a pretty big market correction. Which honestly is a really, really smart move. A lot of the stuff starting to cool off a little bit, which is kind of nice. It's obviously still kind of up there, but it's nice to see some stuff cooling off a little bit. So Dusclops EX, Dusknoir, the Ditto, not one, but dose, the Dragonair. We got some of the Darks. So we got the 3 Dark Hypnos, 2 First Ed, which again, let me know if you guys wish that First Eds came back. I personally do. Let me know in the chat, comments, however you want to let me know. Hollow Dark Dragonite, looking nice, looking fresh. First Ed Dark Gyarados. And then the Dark Raichu, the first ever secret rare. Official. Some say the Pikachu from Jungle was. But I feel like that's still up for debate. I don't really know if anyone has actually ever solved that mystery of the Jungle Pikachu. They call it the Ivy Pikachu. Being the first promo, but next up, Erica's Venusaur. Not one, but two of these bad boys. This one is Heavy Play, and this one is Mod Play. Looking nice, looking clean. I missed them. Yeah. Little fart swirl in that Espeon. The Empoleon, the Eevee, and then not one, but two Espeon VMAXs. I think one of them was actually looking pretty good. One of them wouldn't have made it with the new centering, or the old centering, or no, the new centering. Maybe? I don't know. I don't know what I'm talking about, chat. Sir Yapsalot strikes again. So now we got the Flareons. Got them bad boys. We call this the Flareon Flush, chat. The Flareon Flush. And then next up, probably my favorite Gyarados. One of my favorites. Just super... I just love the gold border, man. On these old EXs, like these XY era EXs. I just love how bold those edges are. Looking nice, looking clean. The Gardevoir EX. Whoever bought the one from Pokemon Center, we have a lot of explaining to do if you bought that from the Pokemon Center. Garchomp EX, Glaceon EX, a lot of Glaceons that you're about to see here soon. Gyarados GX. Not a lot of love for the rainbows. There's a lot of collectors. I'm not too sure why so many people dislike the rainbows. Some of them look really cool, but who knows? Giovanni's Machamp First Ed, some Glaceons. We got a lot of Glaceons. So the 2 V-Stars. Really, really big fan. I can kind of see why a lot of these have been kind of going up a little bit more. I've been seeing a lot more movement in like the mid-era and then tailing off towards like Sun and Moon base. Got the Glaceon VMAX, the Gardenia, and the greens. Exploration. Any Yukimori cards? No. I do not. The only... I think the only really like Japanese cards that I have would probably be... probably the more notable one would probably be just the Pikachu looking back. Well, really the Beauty looking back, but it's really the only Japanese card that I have. Other than that, kind of a mix of like modern and vintage for ungraded. The only H, here comes Team Rocket. First Ed though. Next up in the eyes, Let's see if we can alphabetize these a little bit better. So we got the Iono, number 1, number 2, and number 3. We got 2 Ivysaurs, looking good, looking fresh. And the Iron Bundle, Pokemon Center. The last show that I was at, I was really surprised. There was a lot of people looking for the Pokemon Center exclusives, which I've been kind of saying that a lot, where I've been surprised about certain things. So it's why I kind of like to bring a bunch of stuff. You never know what collectors might come. Probably this show I might not bring as much graded stuff, but I still think it's worth still pricing out, and I'll still bring it, but I won't put it on the table because the ungraded stuff definitely does much better than the graded. This card is kind of seeing some steady climb. The Jesse and James, these are always good as a vendor. These are always good to have. A lot of people always ask for them. So that's a good, pretty liquid card. Jirachi, again, mid-era stuff, doing some pretty good movement. And then Jasmine's Gaze. And then another Pokemon Center. You got the Koraidon. Looking good. And then on to the L's. We got the Ladian, got some Expedition, Skyridge. I don't know where that hair came from. The Ladian, Reverse. Got the Lacey, Leafeon V-Star. Probably one of my favorite, I've said this once and I'll keep saying it, probably one of my favorite evolution artworks in the terrarium. Looking nice. The Lecia, the Leafeon V, the Lugia, the butt end, and then the other Lecia in Lecia's Appeal. And then next on to the M's, we got, make sure that we got this nice and square, the Miriam, both of those. The very off-center Marnie. Very, very off-center. Mega Sableye. Mimikyus, always like to pick up Mimikyus as much as I can. Having duplicates of those is not a bad thing, especially the Mimikyu VMAX. The Marill, always cute, kind of holding himself up. Mewtwo GX, again, some more Hidden Fates stuff. Like Hidden Fates, Shining Fates, all those good pickups right now at the moment. A lot of people kind of looking for those. Got the Mew V, got Morty, the Mega Gardevoir. Again, people looking for that mid-era stuff recently. Mewtwo V-Star. We got 2 Bubble Mews. Got the Magikarp, and then Milotic. This one I picked up at the last show that I was at back in end of March, early April. And we only have 1 N of Nita. So 1 there. And then some Origin stuff. Got the Origin Dialga. And then 2 of the Palkias. Next up, we got the Pikachus. Surely no one was seeing that coming when we were getting to the P's. So we got the Pikachu there, promo. We got the Cosmic Eclipse Pikachus with red. Always a fan favorite. Another Pikachu promo there, as well as there. This one's the actual Pokemon Center one. Persian and the Piplup. This one I actually might keep for myself. I'm not too sure. There's a convention I'm going to that is going to have the voice actor for Dawn. So I think that'd be pretty cool to have that signed. So that one might be coming off. I'm not too sure yet, but I think that'd be pretty cool to have signed by the voice actor for Dawn. We got the Rotom V, Ralts, Rockets Moltres. The Rockets Moltres coming out soon, and Destined Rivals looking pretty good. And then another reverse from the Expedition Skyridge Aquapolis. Can't remember which one that one is, because I'm too lazy to move the around the stickers. We got the Snorlax, the Silvally, Slowpoke. Can I see the last one? Let's see. My chat may have been delayed. I just saw your message. Which one were you looking at, Kantos? So the last ones would have been the R's. So if there was one from Aquapolis, this one, the Rhydon. No, that's from Skyridge. The last one, that one, okay. So the Rhydon. If you want, which is kind of cool, if you want me to put it under the microscope, if there's something specific you're looking for, I have this assessed as near mint, because as you can probably assume, that the reverse, I think there was probably a small print line which has kind of crossed that giant tail. Who's the artist? The artist is Arita. Mitsuhiro Arita. There's a lot of Arita fans out there. No problemo, Kanto. That's what's nice too, like, just because I just want to say I used it. So you guys see. Right there. Mitsuhiro Arita. Boom. At least used it once. Alright, so on to the... We did the S's. Or did we do the S's? We didn't do the S's. We're kind of in the middle of it. Let's just do it again. The Silvally. Snorlax. Slowpoke. Probably should put it in frame. There we go. Skeledirge. Dose. I do too, Kanto. That thing has saved me so many times. We got 2 Suicunes. Sabrina's Alakazam. Especially looking at cards, like if I'm just kind of want to do like a quick peek at something for grading or trying to do like card cleaning or something like that, has definitely helped me a ton. A bunch of Snorlaxes. As you can tell, I bought a lot of Team Rocket / Jungle within the last like 4 to 6 months. Sylveon VMAX. And again, the Swampert EX. These EXs, man. I'm a fan. I'm a fan. And then next up, we got the T's. Got the T's for the Tate and Lisa. Or Liza, rather. And then we got 2. We don't got 2. We got 3. We got 3 Tyranitar Vs. All chilling, sleeping. We got the 3 of a kind. And does anyone want to guess what is in the U's? Does anyone want to guess what's about to happen here? Well, I'll tell you. U is for Umbreon in this channel. Along with any other person that collects Pokemon, when you hear U, you think Umbreon. So we got the Gold Star from Celebrations. We got not 1, but 2 of the standard Umbreon GXs. And then we have the Rainbow GXs. Everyone's showing some shade on the rainbows. Got the Umbreon VMAX there. The Umbreon V. With Karen, and then the Underground Expedition. And then very similar to the U's, I wonder what's going to be in the V's. Plot twist, it's more evolutions. So we got Vaporeon V. We got 2 of those. We got a First Ed Vaporeon from Jungle. I think that one is assessed as mod play. Got the Unlimited Vaporeon there. We got 2 Vaporeon VMAXs there. Venusaur from base, assessed as MP. And we got 2 First Ed Vileplumes. I think both assessed as near mint, that they are. 2 First Eds. They need to bring back First Eds, chat. I will fight that fight until the end of my days. And then W is pretty short. We got the Walking Wake EX and then the Wartortle. And then the last, but certainly not least, my favorite legendary of all time, the Zapdos EX from 151. So the 2 prices are, so I have everything priced as though I'm going to be at a show. So the lower price, so let's do, for example, this Swampert EX. So in person, if you were to pay with cash, it would be the number 2 price. If you're to pay with like credit card or kind of like an electronic transaction, that's where the number one price would kick in. So it gives people two very quick options on what payment would be better for them. It's definitely a little bit more work, but I think based off of the feedback that I've received, it seems like it's work well spent. Because it seems like a lot of people really like kind of that transparency of the two prices. So it's a good little thing that I haven't really seen a lot of people do, and it seems like it's well received. So can't complain. All right, so I think the pincer. So now we're just going to be going back here. So that was 0297. So 0297. So I have another pincer, no symbol, right? Or no, that is symbol. So 0298 is the pincer with a fat line there. It'd be sick if they did it for the 100th anniversary. Could you imagine being at the old folks' home and mastering it? Oh, dude, I would run through. Like if you challenge me in like some Pokemon, like Yellow, or like do like a battle or whatever. Oh, I'm going through that retirement home for sure. But then there's going to be Wolf that's going to be in the same retirement home and just destroy me. Like he won't even be able to pick up a controller or a Game Boy, and he'll just run my shit. Okay, so let's see. So standard pincer hollow. Let's see how much you are. My guess, based on context clues, Apple thinks that you are a person named Mike. That'd be my guess. But what do I know? I'm just a guy who collects shiny cardboard for a living. Alright. That'd be my guess. Alright, so Unlimited Pincer, PSA 8. Let's take a look. So 50 was the last sale. Along with, so that was as of August 26th. 43 plus 49 equals... Oh, he probably thinks you're Mike from TikTok. That's probably my guess. 47. And last sale was 50. So it's roughly like within 48 to 50 for the pincer. And then some more. Okay, so that looks like that's the last of the no symbol besides this Victory Bell. So let's take a look at the friggin' prices, yo. I love that meme has resurfaced. I don't know if you guys remember that. The friggin' packet, yo. I've been seeing that pop up a lot on my brain rot feed, along with the Italian brain rot. The day in the life, I guess. Just start handing them a friggin' packet, yo. Alright, so Victory Bell. Got 0, 3, 1, 0. That is 37 was the last sale. That was April 20th. So someone may have been partaking in the plant when they bought that, but let's see, 47 and then 44 equals divided by 4. So the average sales is roughly 42 for the card. Thank you so much for hanging around, Kanto. Hope to see you around again. All right. So Victory Bell, last sale, 37. So 42 plus 37 equals divided by dose. So roughly 40. Not too bad. Have I watched the French brain rot? Oh god, no, I have not. I don't know if how many more holes can get in my brain from all the brain rot, to be quite honest with you. Alright, looks like I haven't updated this price in a while. But who knows, maybe I might be still. So this one might be a little bit too saturated, but this one's a first ed. Let's do it this way. So first ed, Lieutenant Sirs Raichu, PSA 9. So let's see. I haven't updated this price in a hot minute, because this one I don't think I brought to my last show. So let's take a look. Alright, so a lot of random auction sites. So I also, when I'm on alt, I don't use anything other than eBay. So 116 plus... let's see. This one I feel like is unlimited. The 116 seems a little low. Nope, that's right. Someone just got super lucky on their bid. Because there's another one. This one might be the outlier. No, they're not outliers. They're just random samples. So we have 116, 200, 160. It's kind of all over the place. Another 160. So it seems like the time of day here. So average is 165 for that. So 7, 1, 2, 3. So 166 was the average, rounding up. Let's see. For the Lieutenant Surge's Raichu here. And then last sale was 116. So 116 plus 166. So 141 would be what I'd list it for. Because that 116, whew, someone got lucky there. Okay, so that one is going to get probably repriced for sure. And let's see. We got a random first ed Venomoth. PSA 8. Take a snip of that real quick. Of the Venomoth. Let's see. PSA 8. First ed. I'm telling you, PSA 8s are such a good sweet spot if you're trying to find an affordable option. Because most of them are just like either hollow, like very mild hollow scratches, or print lines, or centering, or a combination of the two. So it's really not like bad, in my opinion. 51 plus 46 plus 75 plus 61 plus... I'm not calculating that 101. That seems way too high. So 59 is the average. And last sale is 51. So that sounds about right. So probably like 55 around would be my guess. So not too bad there. Alright, so next up we have the first ed Dark Vileplume. So first ed Dark Vileplume. Let's take a look at this bad boy. So this one's a little bit higher than... I was going to say the Venomoth, but the Venomoth was Jungle, and this is Rocket. So that's 0328. 0328. So average. So last sale was on the 27th at 61. So 61, 70, 65. Got a little bit 85. That's not totally abnormal. There was some 90 down below, but that is just outside of the 5. So that is going to be 68. Which is not bad for first ed. So 68, last sale 61. So average between the two. And divide that by 2. So average in that is 65. So not too bad on that one either. So like it looks like roughly 60. We have some other kind of like random ranged cards in that set as first eds. So we're gonna first go to the Dark Magneton here. This one is extremely hard to get as a PSA 10. Because there are what? So PSA, based on alt, there's 65. And then 8s, there are 1,200. 9s, there's 893. So very, very difficult to get as a PSA 10. So that is 0325. 0325. And then let's see, so 70 plus 66 plus 72 plus 80 plus 55 equals, and that last sale was on the 27th. So far the data is as accurate as you can get it. So then, yeah, it's pretty much right at 70. Would be the price point for that Dark Magneton, so not too bad. And then, let's see, so next up we have a Dark Slowbro. Again, I'm probably going to bring more of the graded Team Rocket more so than anything for the graded stuff. Because just for the hype of Rocket, that's probably going to be some of the better slabs that do well at this show that I'm going at specifically. So those are probably ones that I'm going to be more on display than the rest of them. All right, 0326. So 0326. And that is... Let's see, so 81. So 81 plus 71 plus 90 plus 100 plus 80 divided by 5, so that's around 84 for the Slowbro. And then 81 is last sold, so pretty spot on there, which is good. So roughly, so was that like roughly 82? 82, 83? Not too bad, not too bad. And then ones that I want to actually check on, because I have 2 right here. It's going to be these PSA, they're both PSA 8, yeah, PSA 8 First Ed Dark Raichus. So let's take a look at that one. So PSA 8 Dark Raichu, First Ed. Let's take a look. So that is 0891. Last sold. So we got 203 plus 220 plus 234 plus 235 plus 210. So all those were, I think that last data set was April 11th, so pretty accurate for sure. So average is 220, with last sale being 203. So average those together. So 220 plus 220 plus 203. And then divided by 2. We got 211 roughly. So 0, 3, 3, 1. It's going to be the same thing. 220. So 203. So yeah, these are roughly haven't moved too much. I don't have to re-sticker, which is nice. The First Ed Dark Raichus. So that's pretty good. Cool. All right, so I think I'm going to go through these cards one more time for the claim sale. So again, if you guys want to take advantage of 7% off on things that are actually on the store, I'm going to be going over some cards that are both on the online store as well as coming up for the online store in the near future. The stuff that will be listed, people have access to if you are a subscriber over on the Discord at the pilot or general tier. So you might see some that are not on the website, and that is by design. So we're just going to go through these real quick. So again, some of these may be on the website, some of them may not. If you want to check on everything that is on the website, go to galaxiagamingtcg.com. And so we got the 2 Armored Mewtwo's. Got the, just make sure it's not completely washed out. Got the Articuno, the Altaria, the Alakazam EX to start off on the A's. And then for the B's, we got Blastoise EX, Bulbasaur, got the Beedrill, and the base set 2 Blastoise. Looking good, looking fresh. Next up, C is for Charizard. And that is no exception here. So we got Charizard EX, Charizard from base set 2, got the GX, got the Charmander, the 2 EXs there. We got not 1, not 2, but 3 Charmeleons. Got the Charizard EX there, Charizard V-Star, and the First Ed Clefable from Jungle. And then on to the D's, which includes all of the big old Team Rocket stuff. So we got the Dark Raichu, got the First Ed Dark Gyarados, got the Holo Dark Dragonite, and then we got 3 Dark Hypnos, 1 being Unlimited, and then 2 being First Ed. We got the Dragonair from 151. We got 2 Dittos. We have the Dusknoir and the Dusclops EX. Next up for the E's, we have 2 Sleepy Espeons, just chilling. Got the Eevee, the Empoleon, the Japanese Espeon from Neo Discovery, and we have 2 Erica's Venusaurs. And next up for the F's, we have a Full House Flareon. So we have 2 Flareon V's and 2 Flareon V Maxes. And next up, we have the G's, so Green's Exploration, the Gardenia, Glaceon VMAX, Glaceon GX, 2 Glaceon V-Stars, looking good. First edition Giovanni's Machamp, Gyarados GX, Rainbow Rare, Glaceon EX, Garchomp EX, Gardevoir EX, and the Gyarados EX. And then on to the H's. We only have 1 lonely First Ed Holo. Here comes Team Rocket. I mean, it still has Jesse and James on it. So we'll see if that one does any movement during this weekend's show. And then next up for the I's, we have the Iron Bundle, Pokemon Center exclusive, 2 Ivysaurs from 151, and then 3 Ionos. So we got the 1 IR from, what was that, Paldean Evolved. And then from Paldean Fates, we have the other Iono getting printed like crazy. Next up for the Jays, we have Jasmine's Gaze, the Jirachi. We got 2 Jesse and James. It's always a good one to pick up. And then the Jolteons. We have the no symbol Jolteon there. And then we have the Vs and the VMAXs as well, both as 2s. And then next up we have the Lonely Koraidon, Pokemon Center exclusive there. Next up we have the Alicia's Appeal. In the Ls we have the Lugia Legends, the booty part, the Leafeon V, the other Alicia, Leafeon V-Star, Lacey, and Ladian Reverse. Then on to the M's, probably one of the bigger piles, right behind the S's. So we have the Milotic EX, the Magikarp. We got 2 Mew EXs, Mewtwo V-Star, Gardevoir EX, the Morty's Conviction, the Mew V, the Mewtwo GX, the Marill, 2 Mimikyus, 2 Mimikyu Vs. We have the Mega Sableye, the very off-center Marnie, and 2 Miriams. And next up for the N's, N is Anita, because it's the only one that we have in the N's. It's a nice trainer there. And then on to the O's, which is just more of the Origin form. So we have 2 Origin form Palkia V-Stars as Gold Secrets, as well as the Dialga V. And then on to the P's. You're probably guessing correctly. Most of them are going to be Pikachus. So we have a Piplup, which are one of the few. The Persian staring out into the space. And then Pikachu Pokemon Center. Another Pikachu promo from the, the checkout blisters. 2 of the Pikachu with red from Cosmic Eclipse. And then another promo for Sword and Shield. Moving on to the R's, we have Rhydon Reverse from Expedition. Got the Rocket Moltres, the Ralts, the Rotom V, the Sleepy Raichu. Everyone's just falling asleep. And the Raikou Suicune Legend. And then for the S's, we got the Swampert EX, the Sylveon VMAX, the 2 Squirtles from Stellar, Suicune Entei Legends, and we have, I think we have more than 1 Snorlax. I'm going to do this. So we got 1, so we got 3 Snorlaxes. So 1, 2, 3. 3 big boys. Got the Slowpoke Psyduck GX. Tag teams are always popular. Shining Lugia, Screamtail Pokemon Center, the Shining Rayquaza, Sabrina's Alakazam, 2 Suicune Vs. Got the Seadra, chillin', the Skeledirge EX, the Slowpoke, and the Silvally GX. And then on to the T's, keeping up with the sleepy vibe, the sleepy trend. We have 3 Tyranitar Vs, as well as a Tate and Liza. And then on to the U's. You can probably guess what's coming up. U equals Umbreon, so the only Umbreon, or the non-Umbreon we have is the Underground Expedition. Everything else is Umbreons. So the Umbreon V, the Umbreon VMAX, the 2 Rainbows Umbreon GXs, as well as the non-Rainbow Umbreon GXs. These ones are actually a little bit more, which is always funny. And the Umbreon Gold Star from Celebrations. Again, I think that's a pretty good card to look out for if you're trying to look for potential pickup plays, I think, in my opinion. Next up, we have stuff that's not Vaporeon. So we have 2 first edition Vileplumes. Got a Venusaur from base set. 2 Vaporeon VMAXs. Looking good, looking fresh. We have the Unlimited and First Ed Vaporeon from Jungle. This one is actually no symbol. And we have 2 Vaporeon Vs. And then on to the W's and the Z's. These ones are much shorter here. So we got the Walking Wake EX and the War Turtle. And last but certainly not least, is the Zapdos EX with the 3 birds, the Moltres and the Articuno. All right, chat. Well, I think that is going to do it for me. I have a lot of work I still have to do off stream, but instead of you guys hearing the click of my pricing, I'm going to do that off stream so I can save your ears. I appreciate you guys hanging out with me tonight and looking at all my cool cards and pricing some stuff with me. I'm going to be having my stream again on Wednesday at 7 o'clock p.m. Eastern for a grade review, as well as some other fun stuff. But I also have a show that I'm preparing for. I have to go down on Friday to pack, as well as set up. And the show is going to be on Saturday and Sunday. So hopefully come back with some cool cards. Hopefully sell some cards. Do all that fun stuff. So I appreciate you guys hanging out with me tonight. And I will catch you on Wednesday.